Hi, my name is Hamid. I'm a certified instructor at ASM Educational Center. We're located in Rockford, Maryland. Our website is www.asmed.com and our phone number is 301-984-7400. Today I want to talk about network load balancer. I've talked about application load balancer and classic load balancer before in my video, but I want to share today about network load balancer. Before we do that, I just want to let you know that what we have. We have Windows Linux server, which is port 80. We're going to show you that. That's in US East 1A. Our Virginia, Northern Virginia is 10.00.16. Linux server port 80 is going to be on US 1 East 1A with 10.0.10 network. I'm going to create target group 2 called Linux. Then Windows 2000 server. We're going to have port 88. It's going to be US East 1B, and then subnet is going to be 10.03.10/24, and that's going to be Windows group Windows that. So what's going to happen when the traffic comes here, I'm going to show you that they go by the port. If port 80, they're going to hit this machine. There could be 1 or 2 instances here. If the port 80, they're going to be here. So network load balancer, the key is that they work on what? Transport layer. Here's the difference. Application load balancer works on HTTP, HTTPS, but this guy, sorry about that, this guy work at what? TCP, okay? That's transport layer, okay? Now here's the difference I have, which I got it from Amazon website. They both work on the VPC. They have both health check. They have cloud metrics, okay? When you come down, they have both login. What this guy has a path-based routing, which application load balancer. What that means, I have done a video on that, make sure you watch that. That means if you have like a www. Something like asmedu.com/video, it goes to here. If you have www.asmedu.com/pictures, it's go here. So it's based off path-based routing. Make sure you check my other video. I've done that on this application laid back. This is for what? Application load balancer. Then we have host path routing. This is native that. Now this guy does what? SSL offloading, okay? Now the key here is these guys has a static and elastic IP address. On the network load balancer, we can do static, it's very important, and elastic IP address. We're going to see that. Now this guy is a slow start, but this is much faster. So remember that. Network load balancer is much faster. If you have a lot of traffic coming to your website and you need performance based, you want to use network load balancer, okay? Again, the key is this guy works, network load balancer works on TCP, which we're going to see that. And the application load balancer is based off the HTTP, HTTPS. And again, application load balancer, which I've done a video, is a path-based routing, okay? So we will see in the lab. Again, step 1. We will have a 2 EC2 instance. One will have Windows 2008 and one will have Linux server, okay? In here we have 2 websites, one running on Linux machine and other with the default port 80, which I will show you that, and another one on IIS with port 8080. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So when I go back to my browser, okay, right here, I have Virginia Linux. This is 1A, okay, and then I have Virginia Web Server 1, okay. What kind of machine is that? This is on Windows 2008 server right here, okay. This is on what? Linux machine right here. You see that? Linux. Amazon AMI, okay? Linux machine, okay? Now, when I go to, here's the keys. When I go to Virginia Linux, I copy this guy right here. I copy this. This is IP address. I've done all of that. I've gone installed the everything, Apache server, everything. When I go here, when I right click here and I paste go, see, it goes there. Now this is default of port 80. If I put :80, that goes to this website, okay? Now look at this. When I go to IIS, right here, this guy right here, IIS, and I copy this guy, this IP address, I copy this, and I go new tab here, and I paste go. See, right now it's trying to connect. Why is that? Because the way I configure IIS, which I'm going to show you that, you have to put :8080. That's a key thing. See, it went to IIS web server. How I did that, I'm going to show you how I did that, okay? So that's the whole thing about this lab is. I want to make sure you understand the whole thing about lab is the traffic comes from here, If it's port 80, they're going to go to Linux server. If it's port 88, they're going to go to here. So this is based on network load balance, okay, is on what? Is a TCP port. Again, one more time. When the traffic comes here, we're going to have a bunch of listener. When it come hit here, if it's port 80, it goes to this machine and it goes that right here. In order to do that, let me show you what I did. I installed IIS right here. Okay, when I install IIS, you're going to see that by default, you're going to see C drive. On the C drive, you're going to see iNet pop when you install IIS. Again, this is what machine? Windows 2008 server, okay? I go install IIS. How do I do that? You go here to the server manager, okay? It's very straightforward, okay? Right here, roles. As you see, I have IIS website. All you have to do is just say what? Add roles, click next, and then pick which web server install and connect next install that. After install that, right? After install that, what's gonna do? You're gonna see a new what folder? iNet pop. Inside iNet pop, you're going www root. Inside here, I create a healthy.html. We need to have that. I create file html.ml. When I open it, it just says that very basic. It just says that this is health site for regional web server. So we need this part of our lab. Later, I'm going to show you that health.html is very important for this part of section. Now, when you install a web server, you're going to see something called what? iNet International for Service Manager. So how do I go? Start Administrative Tools right here. Okay. When you open it, you're going to see that one right here. Okay. So I'm sorry, right here, Administrative Tools, and something's called what? IIS Web Manager. I right click, I send to desktop, a shortcuts right here. So when you go here, you have to click in this machine right here. Then you're going to go to site and click on website. In here, there's something called what? Binding. See, it is a binding. You click that. I changed this port. The default was what? Port 80. I changed to 8080. Why? So my lab will work. So you understand the concept of that. So make sure you change to that. Not only you have to do this part, there's another one you have to do is on the firewall. So if I go on the Windows Firewall Advanced Security, okay, you go inbound rules. I create a new rule custom port 8080, okay? So that's what you have to do. All you have to do is a new rule right here. Pick port 80, click next, then put the port number 808080, click next, allow connection, next, leave this, next, and just give a name and finish it. You're gonna have that. So you won't have an incoming rule that. That's another thing. The other things I have also done that, it's very important to know it when you go back to your EC2. When you go to web server, look down, this is security group. Look at this, inbound rules. I created port 8080, I allow that, okay? For which one? For web server. And also this is what? RDP, and this is a ping, okay? That's for that one. For Linux, I've done same thing. View inbounds, I allow only port 80 and SSH. So these things you have to do. I've done this too, okay? So make sure you do that. Again, one more time. When you click IIS, when you put, you have to make sure when you put your web server, you have to put colon 8080. You should see this default. For Linux, okay, sorry about that. For Linux, which is right here, you're going to see this guy, okay? So let me go back to here, Linux. If I go back to here, Linux, I copy this, and I go open new tab, paste and go. It takes you to Linux. Now also in Linux, I have installed. When I go back to here, I went to directory of war www. When I put ls, I create a file called healthy.html. Okay, so you gotta make sure you have that file. So if I type in / healthy.html, you should see this. So this file has to be there. Also for here, if I type in healthy.html, make sure this file is correct. Otherwise, your lab is not going to work. Okay. Now what are we going to do? We're going to do the lab right now. Okay. So let's go back again. Previous step we have done that. In here we have two websites. One running on Linux machine on default port, and the other one is that. Inside IIS, we need to go IIS Manager, as I mentioned, and change the binding to port 8080, and also create a custom role on the firewall, which accept port 8080 as inbound, which I've done that, which I'll show you that right here. Inside here, this is the one. You got to do this guy, okay? Don't forget that. It's very important. You got to do this, all right? That's that one. When you install IIS website, you have a correct folder. It's this one, inetpod www, which I'll show you that. Then inside the folder, make sure you create a file and create a healthy.html. And make sure when you will be able to access via web browser, which we saw that. So you got to make sure when you go back to your Windows, on the C drive right here, as I mentioned, that on the C drive, computer, C drive, inetpop, www, you got to have that file. Otherwise, it's not going to work, the lab, okay? Again, when you type this, you're going to see the content of that. So far, so good, okay? So when you type that IP address, blah, blah, you get that. Make sure on the Linux machine, you have a file name inside the folder, this, called healthy.html. Otherwise, your health check will not work. This is very important, okay? So make sure when you type this on browser, this is IP address of your Linux machine, you're going to get this guy. You're going to get some content, which we've done that right here. See, this is the Linux machine. Where was that? Right here. Sorry, right here. See, this was my Linux machine, okay? This is my Linux machine, which is port 80. When I type in /healthy.html, make sure you see something there, okay? So right now, live is what? Good. Okay, now we're going to do our lab. First, we will configure 2 target group. This is the best way to do that. Then we will create an ELB. So let's go back to our EC2. When you come on the EC2 right here, you come down on the left side, you have a load balancer, okay? We should have nothing then target groups. So here's a trick. A lot of people, what they do, they say create load balance and then they're going to do all of this. But the first thing I want to do, I want to create what? Target group. Trust me, that's the best way to do it. Always create target group first, then you're going to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say target group, then I'll say create target group, okay? The name. Now here's the name. What you want to do, the first one I'm going to call Windows GP1 target group 1. Make sure pick TCP port 8080. That's very important. The other one called Linux group 2 and that port 80. For both group, when you do the health check, make sure pick what? HTML. And in both cases, use healthy.html. Remember that we have created these files inside the Linux and Windows machine on the corresponding folder. So let's do one by one. So the first one I'm going to call that Windows GP1. Control C. I go to here. I call this. Okay, paste, control. Oops, sorry about that. We don't need that one. That's that one, right? Linux protocol. I'm going to pick what? TCP. Make sure you pick TCP. Now here, make sure you put port what? 8080. Okay. Then change to your VPC minus right here. Okay. Protocol. You want to pick what? TCP. Advanced setting. I can change these. I can change this threshold, time, all that. I can make it 2 seconds, whatever, 2 times. This is threshold. Number of consecutive with health check required before that. I can put it 2 here. Okay. Okay. If you do put here, this is going to be 2 here. Let's put 2. Doesn't matter. Okay. So that's what's in my notes. Okay. For both group, when you do health check, make sure you pick HTML. Okay. And in both cases, you healthy that. Okay. So here, let's go back. Okay, for health check right here. See, I forgot. So health check, make sure you pick what? HTTP. This is very important. And then here, see, I forgot. Healthy dot what? HTML. That's the key thing is. Don't forget that. You gotta put this. This has to match with what? This file. Healthy.html. Okay. So don't forget that. So here we're gonna put what? TCP. But health, you're going to put what? HTTP. Then I'm going to say what? Create. Okay? So that's what? Windows Group 1. You do exact same thing, but this one, now we're going to do which one? Linux Group 2. Control C. We go back here. This one. Paste. Start with that. We go back here. Linux. Protocol, we're going to pick what? TCP. What port? Leave it port 80. Don't touch that. Change or write that. Health. Health, make it what? HTTP. Then you're going to put what? Healthy.html. It's very important you put this correct one. If you don't put it, it's not going to work. Again, here let's put 33. No big deal. Okay? Create. All right. So far what do we have? We have two what? Groups. Let's see what we have. On Windows target, nothing there. We have not registered nothing. Okay. Health check. These are the health check we put. Again, if you made a mistake, you can come and fix it here. Edit health. Okay. So protocol health is HTTP. This should be healthy.html and so on. Okay. All right. And the protocol TCP 8080. Okay. So that's good so far. All right. What's next step? After you've created a target group, you need to go to each target group and click on Target tab. Then you need to pick correct EC2 and make sure you click Add to register and make sure you save it. Do not forget to save it. So what I'm saying right now, let's go to here. Let's go to Linux right now. Description. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. You gotta select one of them. Target. You click Target. There is nothing here. See, you have to edit. Now here's, be careful. Let's go back again. Which one we are? We're on Linux. Be careful, your Linux. Edit. Then what you do, you gotta see, this is very important. You pick your name. So Linux, you pick that one. Now if you have Linux 1, Linux 2, you pick all of those. Then you have to click what? See, if you say save, it's not gonna work. You have to click what? Add register. The name has to show up here. Then you're gonna say what? Save. Okay. So when you go back to Linux, if you go back to description tab, you get this on the target. Now you should see what? Something comes up right here. See? Now right now look at this. It says unused. Okay. Target is not good. So later on, this is unused. Later on, you're going to see initial, and then you're going to see what? Use or active. We will see that. We do same thing for what? Windows. We go back to description tab. Nothing there. You're going to go to target tab. Again, see nothing right here. There's no what instance. You're going to say edit. Then what are you going to pick? Windows. That's what's very important. Give a name. Again, if you have a web server 2, you can pick some of that. Then you're going to say what? Add to register. Don't forget, add to register. Then you click save. Save. Okay. Now when I go back again, I see that is what? Unused. This is very important. Later I'm going to see this later on. So, okay. Then I say make sure you pick correct AZ and pick correct AZ is in correct public subnet. And then, okay, I'm sorry, my fault. My fault. So click register and do that. Now I'm going to make what? Create my network load balancer. And in here, make sure add the two listener in here. The PCP port 80 and port 80, which we're going to do right now. Make sure you pick correct AZ and pick correct AZ in correct public subnet that you have created. As you see in here, we have choice of IP address. We did not have this choice in Elastic or load balancer. So remember that for exam or real life, okay, this guy, we have what? Static Elastic IP address. For which one? Network balancer. We could not do this concept on what? Application load balancer. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to my notes. Okay, go back to my notes and we're going to do Elastic load balance. Okay, after you create groups, you need to go each target, and we've done that. Now I go and create my Elastic load balance. Okay, so let's do that. So I go back to here, I go back to target right here, I say create load balancer. Now remember I've done lab on classic, I've done lab application load balancing. Now we're going to do what? Network load balancing. This is based on what? TCP. Choose a network load balancer when you need ultra high performance and static IP address for your application. Operating at a connection level, network balancers are capable of handling millions of requests per second while running ultra that. So on real life, on exam, anything they talk about fast information, you gotta do what? Network load balancing. And this is based on what? TCP. The other guy is based on what? HTTP. These are layer 7, this is layer 4. So clear. Okay, here we're gonna call it what? ASM network load balancer. Okay. Now here's the key important. This is port 80. You gotta add the what? New listener. This is port what? 8080. This is very important. Don't forget that. Then, okay, then you gotta choose what? Correct VPC. Now here, be careful. You gotta make sure pick what? If you have public, make sure pick public. Now look at this. I can pick what? I have a bunch of what? Elastic IP. I can pick this one and what? that one, because I created Elastic IP address, I can pick this. So make sure you pick a public IP address, and again, this concept this one does not show up in what? Application load balancing. Okay, configure routing. Now here's come the part. See, target group. Now I can pick what? Existing target group. Here's the key. I can pick either of these. Again, a lot of people, they don't do this. They're going to say new target group, be confusing. The best way to always do the target group. One more time. Always do the what? Target group. Now I'm going to pick this existing target group. Let's pick one of them. It doesn't matter which one. Later on, you're going to see that how this would affect that. Again, the one that you pick is going to be default. Later on, we have to change that. So my node, let's see which one I pick. Next, we need to pick target group. We pick any of the target group. For now, we'll pick what? Windows. It does not matter, as we will see later on. Okay? As we see, when we pick Windows target group, it will fill in with the parameter that fill up here. So we're going to pick Windows. So let's go back to here. I'm going to pick existing, pick Windows. As soon as I do that, see, it fill up all the information I had, everything. Okay? Next, register target group. And it already has what? Stuff. Next, review, then create. Alright, so successfully create that. Close. Now we're going to see what? Provision. It's going to take time. Okay? Now let's look at this. When I come down on listener, okay, is going to these guys, which we're going to cover that. Description, it shows everything here we have. Okay? Alright? Now it sees what? Provisioning. See what? Provisioning. Okay? Which available zone? 1A and B. What's called network is network type. Okay? Now let's wait. Let's go refresh. It's going to take a little bit of time. Now let's go back to target group. Let's go back to Windows. Description right here. See, when I get target group right here, see, initials. Now it's working. Look at that. It's adding that. But if you go to Linux, target, get rid of that. See, there's nothing. It's unused. So you see that right now is what kind of status? Is what? Initial. Eventually it's going to be on what? Healthy. That's what we want to see that. It's going to take time. Okay? Look at description. Here's a very important part. I want to show you that. On description tab of target group, when I come down, I see some name here, load balancer, because I picked this one as first. But when I go to Linux GP, when I come down, I see nothing here. See, nothing, because I did not pick anything here. I'm going to show you that later on. Okay? So let's go back to my notes. Let's see what we have. Now, if you go back to the target group on left side and click on description, which I did that, you will see in front of load balancer, the network load balancer. But when you go to Linux group, you don't see nothing. Since I was doing step 12 in above, I picked that. Step 12, remember I picked this guy, okay? Step 12 was this one, I'm sorry. Okay? So let's go back to here. Again, when I go back to Linux, I click description tab right here. There's nothing in front. That's what I'm trying to say. But when I go to Windows, when I go to description tab, I see this guy right here, okay? Why? Because I choose this as a default as I was doing my network load balance. Okay, very good. Now let's go back up here. Let's look at targets. Let's see. It's still what? Initial. Let's refresh it. Takes time. It's in process. Let's go back to load balancer. Let's go back on the left side. Load balancer. Active. Okay, that's good. This is active. Okay. This is active. We want to see active. Let's go back to target group. Let's go back Windows and click refresh. Let's see what we have. Initial still is not what? Finished yet. Okay, so let's wait. Again, it has to pass everything. It has to go back to what? Target is in process. Okay, so we have to what? Wait. So let's go back to our notes now. When you look at the tab called Target tab in Windows GP1, you will see it's healthy, which is good. So that's what we want to see that. When you go back to under tab of Linux group, you see unused since we did not pick it up. Okay, we did not pick that up. All right. So let's see. Refresh. Oh, unhealthy. This is not what? Good. It did not check the health check. Okay, we're back again after waiting eventually shows what? Healthy. So very good. So you see that everything you have to check that. Health check was that. I didn't do nothing else, and target group right now is what? Healthy. That's what I want to see right now, okay? So this is very important. Now when I go back to Linux, I see that here is what? Unused, okay? Again, on Windows, you see what? This one. Why again this shows up? Because I picked this guy first when I was doing that description right here, okay? So this is something in front of that right here. See in front of that right here, but instead of Linux, when I go back to here, there is nothing there. Okay, let's go back to my notes right now. Alright, so it's unused. Again, when you look at the tab called target group in this, you will see healthy, which is good. And when you go under target tab of Linux, you see unused, since we did not pick anything. Now let's go to load balancer on the left side, and when you click on the listener, it's pointed to Windows. But we need to point Windows only port 8080 and Linux to port 80. So next to port 80, click on it and click on Linux. So what I'm saying that let's go back to load balancer and look at left side, and when you click on listener. So let's go back to load balancer right now. I come down load balancer. Here's the key. See description, go listener. Now look what happened. They both goes to what? Port 80. They both goes to what? Windows. But I want to port 8080 goes on that one, so I have to change this. So this is default is, remember now? So what do you have to do? How do you do that? Again, port 80 according to my diagram. When I go back to here, when I go back to the top, let me see what step was step 70. When I go to top, remember that the lab was like this. Port 80 goes to where? Linux. Port 8080 goes to Windows. So that's what we want to what? Change it right now, which I'm going to change right now. Okay, step 17. So I'll go back to here. So this is not good. Okay, I click here. I click what? Again, I'm at the load balancer. I'm listener tab. Click edit. I'm right here. Load balancer. Add listener. Click edit. Here, you want to change it to what? To port what? 80. Hold on a second, let me go back. I apologize. Yes, leave. Okay, this is port 80. This is good. I don't want to touch that one. I just want to change to Windows. So I'm going to click here and to Linux. I'm going to change to Linux. Click edit. So what you have to do, you have to delete this guy first. Okay, then it's the add action. Forward it to which guy? Linux. That's what you want to do. Update. Okay, successful. Go back again. See, now port 80 goes right here, and this is Linux, and port 88 goes right here. So that's important key. Remember to do that. Okay, let's go by notes. Step what? Now make sure port 80 is Linux. Now step 19. If I go to left side, I click target tab, then we will see on the, when I click on Linux, now we'll see what was initial first, then it will be healthy. Now let's go back to where? My target group. Watch this. Go back to target group right here. Go back to target group. Remember that at the beginning we have nothing in the right Linux in the description. When you come down, this was nothing there. Now I see something here. Remember that we did not have anything here. Now let's go back. Look at the what? Target. It's initial. It's in progress. You want to make sure this becomes what? Healthy before you do that. Again, it's going to check the health check. And the health check is which one? Is this file. You gotta make sure you have this file on your what? Linux server. Don't forget, the protocol has to be what? HTTP. Okay? You could do the health check with the ping too, with TCP too. Okay? But here I'm doing what? HTTP. So let's go back to my target and click what? Refresh. Again, these guys takes time. So you have to be what? Patience. Patience is the key word. Okay, so let me summarize what we did at the beginning. At the beginning, we had the what? EC2. We create two EC2 machine. Okay, oops, sorry, this is not target. Let me go to EC2 right now. Okay. So at the beginning, I want to summarize what we did. At the beginning, we created what? two what? Web server, okay? One is called what? Virginia web server. And again, remember that you have to have a port 80, okay? Inbound rules, it port what? 8080. And then we create what? We install Virginia Linux. And that's on what port? Okay, port 80. Okay, that's what we did that. Then we went to my what? Right here, I create HTML. I did all of this. I changed a port from here. I went back to 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 edit binding. I changed to port 8080. Okay, that's what because we want to set up lab. Not only you have done that, then you have to go back to where your firewall and create the rules there. That's what we've done that. Then on the Linux, we create a file called what? healthy.html under what? This folder. Remember that we installed Apache, all of that, okay? Then after creating the groups, which we created groups, first you do the target groups, then you go create what? Your load balance, okay? After you create load balance, all that, make sure you listen and make sure you change these. These are the correct one. Now let's go back to target group. Let's see if it's up running. Again, when I do Windows, I see this is healthy, which we had it here, which is good right here. Now let's go back to Linux. Let's hope, and it's going to work. We believe it's going to work. It's unhealthy. Again, takes time. Just be patient, okay? Refresh. Refresh. It should be coming up. So be patient, okay? Okay. After the pausing video, I found that what the problem is. Okay, let me show what the problem is. Again, when I go back to target, it still shows unhealthy. Now here's the keys. Look at this. Same mistake I made. Which mistake is good? Health check. Look at the file name. What is the file name called? health.html. By my Linux, when I go back to my Linux machine, see when I say ls, it's called what? healthy.html. So be careful. See, this is healthy. So what I have to do, I have to go here and edit this guy. Edit, change the name to what? Healthy. It's very important. I made a mistake. So make sure you don't make mistakes. Health. Now, it shows what? Healthy. Okay, let's go back to target. Again, this is going to take time. So that's what I'm saying, that I'm trying to explain to you. It's very important. Your health check. This file has to be present on your what? Machine, like what we had. See, it should be healthy.html, exact same spelling, okay? So if I say nano healthy.html, you see the file name, okay? So this is a health page for what? Linux, okay? Control X to get out of that. All right. Again, make sure that before you do everything, you have to do right here. This is for web server. If I type in healthy.html, it works. Okay. So make sure you check. Again, make sure on your target you have what? Healthy. See, healthy. So that was a mistake. If I click refresh again, and let's see, my target is unhealthy still. So let's wait. It's going to take time. Okay. All right, let's wait again. All right, look at that healthy. That's what I want to see, health check. So what we learned, it's very important you check your health check. Make sure this file is correct. All right, let's go back to right now. We're almost finished, okay? Now, when I go back left side, I click a target group, then we will click this, we see it's being initialized, then it will be healthy. Now, if I go back to Elastic Load Balancer and click on Description tab, and the copy and paste a long DNS name, you should be able to get Linux machine with the port 80 and Windows machine with port 8080. So what I'm saying that this is my long DNS name. If I put :8080, I should get which machine? Windows machine. If I type that long DNS with the AD, I should say go with that. So let's go back to my description. Let's go back to my load balancer. This is where you come checking. Description right here. Okay, so here's my long DNS right here. Okay, right here. I copy that. Okay. If I put colon 80, that's the default. Okay. That goes someplace. You should. As we see, it did came. It takes time. Okay. So this is the whole thing. I put 80. 80 goes to IS, and when I put 80, let's see if it goes to Linux. See, it goes to Linux. That's the whole idea what the lab was. Okay. So again, when you put this long DNS name with port 80, it goes there. But when you put the other one with port 80, goes to that. So that will summarize our lab. Again, the whole idea is listener. You come here. If you hit port 80, you go to Linux machine. That's the default. If you put 88, that goes to that one. Remember that? Back to here. So that summarizes everything. Again, if you need more information, you can go to our website www.asmed.com/l. L will take your landing page. When you go there, that takes you to Amazon courses. When you take Amazon classes, Amazon courses, we have different courses. We have Alexa, we have Solution Architecture, we have Developer Assist of all that. When you go to Solution Architecture, we have different format: bootcamp, daytime, evening, online, WebEx, everything. Okay. Now, if you go back to blogs, if you go back to here, let me minimize it. When I go back to blogs and you go Amazon AWS, eventually all the nodes, we have more. We have a CloudWatch, we have OpsWorks, we have SSE, we have server-side encryption, we have VPC endpoint, we have Alexa, we have CloudFormation, WordPress, CLI, we have a bunch of auto-scaling. And if you come down, you're going to see also application load balancer. This is a good one to watch again. I have the video, I have the notes exactly, step by step in our channel. We come down, you see the video. We have this video that you can do application load balancer. Okay, so that will finish our lab. And again, if you have a question, contact us 301-984-7400. Make sure to subscribe, and thanks so much. And you can fill up this form if you have any more questions. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.